Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.
Hi, I'm Susan. What's your name, please?
My name is Zhang Ming. Nice to meet you, Susan.
Where do you come from?
I come from China. Are you American?
Yeah, that's right. So what are you studying?
Business management.
That sounds interesting.
I haven't met the Smiths for a long time.
They have moved to Chicago.
Why?
Mr. Smith has changed his job.
What's the matter, Lisa? You don't look too good.
I just found out that my husband is cheating on me.
You mean Mark? He seems like such an honest guy.
That's what I thought. It seems that he's been seeing someone else for about 2 months.
2 months? How did you find out?
I asked for leave and was at home when the telephone rang. I picked it up and a girl asked to talk to Mark. She then asked if I was his sister, and I said no, I was his wife. She hung up immediately.
So you asked him about the girl who called?
Yeah, he first said it was someone from work. He gave me a lame excuse, and so I pressed him on it.
What did he do?
He kept trying to make stupid excuses, and then broke down and admitted to a small indiscretion.
Indiscretion? How can an indiscretion last 2 months? I mean, you two have been married for 2 years. How can he do that to you?
I told him I would divorce him if he wouldn't tell me the truth or end the relationship with her.
Good. I totally agree with what you did. I'll participate in a quiz about the 29th Olympic Games in Beijing. It will be held tonight. Will you come?
Sure. What do you know about the Olympic Games on the past? For example, do you know where and when the first Olympic Games were held in the ancient times?
It was held in 776 BC at Olympia. It also has a long history of more than 2,700 years.
Haven't the Olympics been stopped for a long time?
Yes, there were no games in 1916, 1940 and 1944, because of World War I and World War II.
I see. Look, do you know what that emblem means? I've seen it so many times, but I don't know what it stands for.
Oh, it's the Beijing 2008 Olympics emblem. It's a Chinese seal, meaning that Chinese people warmly welcome the friends from all over the world.
I see. I believe there will be lots of foreigners coming to Beijing to watch the games.
Sure. Well, everything is packed and ready to go.
It's hard to believe that we're really leaving. The past 2 weeks was like a dream.
Yes. Just think the blue sky, sunshine, mouth-watering food, centuries-old castles.
And the people were so friendly.
Yeah, we would have been lost without the help of the locals.
Do you still remember the small restaurant at the corner of the street?
Of course. That was the best pasta I've ever had.
I ate so much that I wasn't hungry until afternoon the next day.
If only we could eat there once more.
Maybe we can come here again next summer.
Hope the restaurant is still there.
Hey, what's the time?
Oh, my God. Only 2 hours left before the plane takes off. We need to be at the airport now.
Don't worry. We can call a cab. It'll be all right.
Wow, you're going to Tibet?
Yes, my broth and I are going. We just finished making our itinerary.
That's really cool. I've always dreamed of going somewhere like Tibet, seeing something unique.
Great minds think alike. My brother and I have been thinking about going to Tibet for quite a long time. Do you have anything on your schedule?
Nothing particular.
Why don't you join us? We are leaving next week. You'll still have a week to prepare.
Oh, Tibet sounds great, but I'm afraid it'll cost too much. Last time I traveled to India, and it cost me a fortune.
Come on. We're traveling on our own. It won't cost too much.
Okay, then count me in. Where will we stay?
The youth hotels are comfortable and cheap.
Then make sure that you book me a room, too.
I'll take care of it.
And check whether they accept credit cards.
No problem.
I'd love to have my own farm.
It would be very hard work. Are you sure?
I wouldn't mind getting up early morning, and the physical work would make me fit and healthy.
Running a farm would be totally different to your current job.
That's one reason I'd like to try it. I'd really like to get away from working 9 to 5 in an office.
You'd need a lot of training before becoming a farmer. It's not something you can just walk into.
My uncle owns a farm, and I've spent some time working with him. I love being in the countryside with farm animals and green fields.
Well, I'd certainly come and visit you. It would be great to take a working holiday on a farm. I'd love to get away from hustle and bustle of the city for a while.
Hectic. It's always hectic. But how was your windsurfing?
I tried it for a half hour. It was interesting, but well, I couldn't really do it.
See? I told you. It's very hard.
I couldn't even stand on it and hold the sail. I probably fell down 50 times.
50 times?
Yes, it was really stupid.
And how much did it cost to rent it?
It was $50 for a half hour.
Well, that's not too bad then.
What do you mean? It's expensive.
Yes, but you have to calculate a little. You paid $50 and you fell down 50 times. So you only spent $1 per fall. That's cheap.
Good evening. Welcome to our program.
Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Dean.
Would you tell us your name, please?
I'm Helen Baker.
Glad to meet you, Ms. Baker.
Glad to meet you, too.
Where are you from, Ms. Baker?
I'm from New Zealand.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a teacher.
Thank you for coming, Ms. Baker.
It rumored that Jean is fooling around with another woman's husband.
You gossip. What's the basis of your opinion?
Someone declared that he saw it.
I don't believe it. Jean is such a kind lady. How could she do this?
Who knows? You can't judge a book by its cover.
Maybe.
Let's call it a day.
It's nice to go home earlier once in a while. But it's the evening rush.
It's hard to commute a long way.
Sure it is. I really hate to get caught in a traffic jam.
Are you busy with your work?
Yes. What about you?
Yes, I'm very busy, too. Sometimes I work overtime.
Then your salary must be high.
Just so. But we can travel twice every year.
Is this time one of them?
Yes, we won't travel again until October.
Really? We have only one chance every year.
I'm looking forward to summer vacation.
Me too.
Crossed cousin marriage is not allowed in China.
It is true of many countries.
You know why?
Sure. If people are near in blood, they might pass on some genetic disease to the next generation.
Taylor, you're sweating up a storm.
Your boyfriend, Brian, wanted to toss the football. I think he wore me out.
Yeah, you look a little shaky. And pale. You seriously need some time in the sun.
You're like the 10th person to say that.
We're just worried about you, Taylor.
Whatever. I wish people would just leave me alone.
Can you imagine having $1 million?
Yes, and I know a few things I'd spend the money on.
Yeah, me too.
A new car for a start.
Yo. Gee, how are you getting along with your classmates in the English training school?
Not bad. Everything goes well.
Is learning the English language your toughest challenge yet? Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials.